Galleries and exhibitions are spaces and places that enable us to encounter art. Opening nights are seamless and at times magic. But how does this happen? Step back from opening night and experience the creative process of art in reverse.
The space here is the space that I moved into in April of this year. I opened a gallery called GBK, which is basically Gallery Barry Keldulis. My focus is on the emerging generation. I've known Jonathan for about 6 or 7 years now, and in that time our friendship has grown and his work has developed and become stronger and more beautiful, and I think he's going to be a major artist. I think we have a similar sensibility about a lot of things, including a similar aesthetic sensibility and a similar sense of humour. I've always admired Jonathan's subtlety and intelligence and his keen, clean aesthetic.
Oh, right, so this is what I get blamed for the rest of my days.
Artists often enjoy serene, quiet, tranquil environments to produce their work in. Okay, rack off, Mum.
I'm going.
See ya.
Yes. I was warm though.
Without her, I just wouldn't be able to do... Like, people always ask me how I do so much. The little things that it takes you 5 years to do, that's her. So I quite like staying with her. Pop over, just for 2 seconds. Okay, bye. I love the way Barry comes over. I'm coming now. I'm in Newtown, but I'll be there in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Mum.
And,
Oh, I'm cold.
Well, go to bed.
I just came out to look.
There
it's
it is.
great, doesn't it?
Mm.
And are you going to plonk that on top for me?
Oh, that so sucks. Perspex lid was meant to go flush to the edge of the work, so you wouldn't get that lip. It'd just sit right on the edge. Haven't quite done that. I told the guy specifically I wanted it, and that's why I left one cabinet with him. Oh, that really shits me. Wish I had to remake them, but they take a week and a bit to make. Mum.
You want thicker.
I was trying to be helpful.
Well, go away to be helpful.
We just live here together and we enjoy each other's company. We do as, I guess maybe sometimes we're more like just flatmates or something like that, but I'm here to support Jonathan as best I can.
Okay, yeah.
We have our ups and downs like any family, but no, we get on. We get on the whole. Yeah, we get on famously. It's don't know, inside. When you ask him, sometimes he just says, it's what I feel inside, it's my life. But I see that of Jonathan, that his work is of him, what his heart is and his soul and where he comes from. When Blue Poles, he was doing that, well, it's nice to be able to watch that sort of thing take shape.
Plastic covers have come out not quite as I wanted them. I get really obsessed with that stuff because, especially like fixtures like that, you know, when you're doing installation work, you know, you just kind of build it in around the environment, but when you're trying to produce these works that aren't installation based, you kind of want the stand or the wall or whatever you're working on to be like as seamless as possible, reflecting you, and it's your art and they're your ideas and you're trying to conceive them and execute them. Really, really bugs me. Especially things like, you know, when it's like everything in life these days, like nothing's quite right. It's always like some tiny little thing, and so when I make something and, you know, hopefully someone might want to buy it, I want to try and make it as best I possibly can, and so they don't go, oh, I'd really like it if they'd just finish the door or something.
Only half a mil or so, a millimetre. Measure them, make them slightly bigger. But...
yeah, this one's the one that's probably the narrowest. That's about 5 mil.
Yeah.
And they're about 3 point, what are they, 3.5?
3 mil each.
Yeah, so there's like, well, it's just meant to be flush against the wall.
I asked Matt to ring you. Did he ring you at all?
No, well, not that he got in contact with me. But like, you know, no.
And when do you want it to?
It's meant to be today.
I'll have to get him straight on it. So I'll get stuck in it for you.
Okay, thanks so much. A lot of that sort of early explorers, when they sort of travelled through New South for the first time, they, you know, because blackfellas were kind of really hard to see, I suppose, and they were like running around in this landscape they'd never kind of dealt with before. So a lot of times, a lot of the stuff was kind of like counting fires off in the distance. So like, you know, the counting of fire and the use of light to measure Aboriginal occupation was kind of really prevalent in a lot of early journals. So I kind of really liked that kind of, how that kind of back references my use of light as well. How do you kind of measure where one light stops and the next one begins? And there's also that idea that light's never ending. It's like, you know, shoots upwards. Like, we're looking at stars from thousands and thousands of years ago. So light's infinite. It travels and it's kind of around us. It's the way we read the world. It's kind of, you know, it's one of those sort of basics. It's a, you know, it's a staple.